We'll call the East Lyme Board of Selectmen regular meeting to order. Today's February 20th, 2019. We have done the Pledge of Allegiance at our special meeting earlier. And so we'll move right on to additional agenda and consent items. Hearing, seeing none. Delegations. Anyone to speak to the Board of Selectmen this evening? Mike?
Mike Schultz, Lovers Lane, East Lyme. Snowy night. It was, if the roads were clear coming this way, going, the other half is going north, I guess, is not complete yet. Let's see, what am I guess I wanted to make a few comments about tonight you have on the agenda municipal, the unaffiliated approvals, I think it is, for employee benefits, so forth. I've been doing some research work, and I think the town side, as far as unaffiliated is concerned, we're pretty reasonable and pretty fair, wage-wise and so forth, as compared to up north. And I'm going to get into it just a little bit, and as quickly as I can, because I want to get out of here. But the municipal unaffiliated wage increases, they range from about $291 to as high as $2,950. All general wage increases of about 2.3%, as you indicated before, and that's totally for the town. It totals about $37,600 roughly for the next budget. A few of the general wage increases, I think, appear a bit excessive. They're pretty high. These increases, however, they pale when compared to the compensation increases being awarded by the education public sector, which range from $8,600 to an average administrator general wage increase of $2,400. Certified teachers still in the step is about $5,200. And groundskeepers at the top of their step at the school system, an increase of $2.16 an hour, or $4,500, compared to a town park maintainer, which is, I think, is what I kind of wanted to point out, is getting a 65-cent an hour raise. And that's, so up north they're getting 3 times what the townsfolk are getting. Townsfolk are serving all the people, not just partial of the people. They're serving all the people. These compensation increases are becoming, in my opinion, unsustainable by the taxpayer. We have and will still provide funding for all reasonable needs, such as the school renovation for $38 million, the water system upgrades for over $4 million, and I'm sure the new police complex, which I think will probably be on track to pass tonight, that's going to be $5 to $9 million by the time it's done. The school lawsuit over $500,000, and health care costs right now, the overruns are greater than or equal to, they're about $1.2 million. To me, this madness has got to stop. For the record, I'm requesting a 0 general wage increase to all public sector employees for fiscal year 2019 and 2020 to cover the excess health care costs that have been generated by the public sector employees. The wage increases that are currently established would cover that, and probably then some. Town side being $37,600. That's my opinion, and thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Schultz. Anyone else? Holly?
Thank you. Holly Cheeseman, 16 Mitchell Drive, appearing here as state representative for the 37th District. And I just thought I'd give you a brief update on what the governor told us today. I dare say you will have read a lot about it. Suffice it to say, this is the opening bid. All of these proposals ranging from passing on the cost of teacher pensions to a huge increase in the sales tax base to changing some of the things that we had been very proud of as a legislature in passing, extending the income range on which Social Security would be tax exempt for personal income tax, removing state income tax from pensions and annuities. Those have gone by the board. I know Senator Formica worked very hard on reducing the sales tax on boats and boat services to 2.99%. That resulted in a tripling of sales tax revenue to the state because of increased sales. That's gone by the board. And you will have seen the effect that the changes the governor has proposed would have on East Lyme. We're looking at a drop of over $800,000 in state aid in 2019-2020, $1.5 million in the second year. The ECS grant would go down $680,000 in 2019-2020 and $1.25 million the following year, and our share of the teacher pension costs would start at $123,000 and double the next year. Again, this is the beginning of the long dance. There were a lot of proposals in there that I know are going to meet with pushback from many, many towns and many legislators, regardless of party affiliation. Certainly some of the increases we're seeing in terms of the sales tax base, everything from aspirin you buy over the counter to your vet bill to home renovations to all sorts of services. Every time you get your hair cut, when you register your child for Little League, all of these things will now be subject to sales tax. There was a very long list. And again, this is the beginning of the process. There was support for a phase-in of the $15 minimum wage. In conversations with Dave Putnam, there are 99 Parks and Rec employees on less than $15 an hour, and the vast majority of them are summer employees. We're not talking about people who are supporting families. The proposal for paid family and medical leave, I would love to come up with a way that we could put this in place and afford it. It applies to any employer with more than one employee. 0.5% will be deducted from everyone's paycheck. If the program is insolvent, the administrator can set the total at anything he or she wants to restore the program to solvency, and the only way the legislature can overrule it is by a 3/5 majority. We've got to come up with a way that we can create good services, good benefits for our workers without hurting business. And I know $15 minimum wage, who is going to hire an unskilled worker if that's your starting salary? Talking to people who have pre-apprenticeships who work with EB, they start those young people at $13 an hour. If there's no differential here, I asked one of the employers, he said, I won't hire as many. I can't afford it. And what do you do with people further up? So again, I don't want to be depressing. I know you want to get out of here because the snow's on, but this is the beginning of the process. And rest assured, your senator and I will do whatever we can to make sure we come up with something that's fair, whether you're in New Haven or whether you're in East Lyme. So, thank you.
Thank you, Holly.
Thank you.
This will be an interesting cycle, for sure. Any other people at public delegation this evening? Okay. Consent, approval of the minutes?
Move to approve the regular meeting minutes of February 6, 2019 as submitted.
Second?
And all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Excuse me?
Hold on.
Oh,
I
you
have-
know what? I apologize. You're right. I always ask. Comments, questions?
I have correction,
corrections?
please.
Yes, ma'am.
Under 6A, ex officio reports,
6A.
okay? Beginning with the first sentence. Ms. Hardy reported that the zoning commission approved, begin the change, approved zoning regulation to allow medical marijuana dispensaries by special permit only within designated areas in town. I might have
Right.
misspoken, but zoning cannot pass ordinances,
Yeah.
only the Board of Selectmen. The secretary has a copy of those corrections.
Thank you.
And
Good catch.
to continue to the sentence that ends that paragraph, delete ordinance and replace that with regulation.
Good catch.
Amended, move to approve.
Seconded.
Okay.
All right.
We have motions that have been amended. Any further comment, corrections? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? It's a wonderful thing. Consent calendar.
Move to approve the consent calendar for the meeting of February 20, 2019, in the amount of $564.34.
Second?
Been seconded. Any further comment, corrections? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? We have a very short executive session we're going to do in my office. We'll invite Joe in, Joe Bergar, our Public Works Director, and also kind of the lead rep from the unaffiliated group, spokesman, if you will. We'll, I guess, move to executive session.
Move to enter into executive session for the purpose of discussing the description of unaffiliated employee benefits to include Finance Director Anna Johnson and Joe Barra.
And should Mr. Benny be included also?
I don't think so. You? No, I think it's just Joe, right?
Yeah, and Joe is needed too, because we'll probably want to discuss it.
Oh, he's part of that?
Yes.
Okay. Then Mr.
Okay,
Benny,
and
too.
Victor Benny is needed.
As needed, and it's been seconded, and all,
Roseanne.
Roseanne seconded, all in favor, say aye.
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 I don't expect this to be very long at all. Be patient.
Yeah, we included you.
Did we include her?
Yes, we
Yes.
I guess so.
Well, you've been invited, those.
Oh, if it's that many, you're right. Can we go to the conference room?
Thank you, Roseanne, for putting it up. Do you want to call me if you need me?
You're part of the presentation. We're going to the conference room.
Yes. Anna, that was a real good trouble. So, I think it's going to go on.
You guys are gonna talk like, oh, the heat's working.